Hello guys, what's up? My name is Hollow, and today we are back with another Cottage Living video. Okay, so things have changed a little bit. I'm not doing an actual Let's Play right now. For this, I'm just like giving you guys an update because for the video, I've already talked about it in the other videos, but if you haven't seen that, I'm actually changing the direction of our Let's Play. So originally I started with the full family and I was playing as the entire family, and they were living on a farm and they had animals and they had crops and they were trying to do the errands, and it was all too much for me. I jumped in and did way too much too fast. So I wanted to sort of take it back and calm it down a little bit for myself. So I'm actually going to be changing the style of the Let's Play to a rags to riches, focusing on one character who I will announce at the end of this video, or at least at the end of this segment, because there's going to be a little bit more information after that. But anyways, I wanted to change it to a rags to riches because that's my personal favorite gameplay. That's how I play whenever I play by myself. I usually always start with some sort of rags to riches element. And I don't always do a true rags to riches, which is going to be a thing for this one. It's not going to be a true rags to riches where they start with absolutely nothing, but I'll explain that to you when we get to that part later. For this part, I just wanted to sit and talk to you guys and tell you sort of what's been happening with the family since I left you off at the last video. So at the last video, it was right after Amina had aged up into a teenager, and we were talking about sending Patrick off to college and then choosing one of the girls to be our heir and stuff like that. So I just want to walk you through everything that's sort of happened since then. So I've been doing a lot more of the gameplay, and we're about to reach the part in the screenshots that's where you guys haven't seen. So yeah, this was pretty much the end of the Let's Play there when they were fishing together. So now we're moving into the new stuff. This is all stuff that I did after you guys left. And the first thing I did was send Patrick to college. And I also, since Amina was aging up, I was starting to develop her personality a little bit, and I was trying to develop all the kids, Camilla as well. I was trying to give them all sort of a direction to go in. So Patrick started going to school, and he went to study biology. Amina started working out because she aged up with the active trait as a teenager. And then Camilla started doing art because her trait was actually creative. And this was just a really funny moment for me. I have never had a supercharged sim before, and all of a sudden Darrell, I wasn't even watching him, and he got struck by lightning twice. I switched to him after playing as someone else, and he had blue eyes, and I was like, oh my god, he's supercharged. And I was so shocked because I've never had it happen before, and then it happened to me off camera, and I was so pissed because I was like, dude, if I was recording this, everyone could have seen my reaction. It would have been so great. But no, it didn't happen. So yeah, anyways, I wanted to include that because he's my first supercharged sim. I've never had a supercharged sim before, so it was really fun to see. But anyways, keeping with the family, I mostly had the parents, Rayla and Darrell, taking care of the larger animals, and then the girls, Camilla and Amina, took care of the chickens. Sorry, my voice is all over the place. But then Patrick took care of the garden because Patrick loves gardening. But yeah, that was essentially the setup that we had on the farm. And Patrick stayed at home to study, so he was there to help with the garden while he was at home. He was just doing his studies from school. I took a lot of selfies because I wanted to put up a family picture wall. And so I had them take a lot of selfies together. So you're going to see a lot of that coming through. But yeah. I also started Amina working on doing some handiness stuff. So whenever something broke in the house, I sent Amina to deal with it because I wanted her to have some skills going into the rags to riches. Because I just revealed it. Shit. Okay, well, there's the big surprise. Amina's going to be our heir for the rags to riches. But there we go. Yeah, now you know it. I was planning on saving that for a little bit later. But yeah. Oh, and during Christmas, Father Winter decided to start a fire. So that's what happened there. You were seeing sort of the aftermath of the fire. But at least he gave us presents afterwards, so it was all good. I just bumped my mic. But yeah, after Christmas, Camilla aged up. So we get to see her as a teenager, and I think she turned out so cute. I absolutely love the way she looks. I decided to give the girls hairstyles where both of them had flowers in their hair because it was just something to tie them together, because I do want them to be really close for the Let's Play. And I do have another thing to talk about, so I didn't totally ruin my story. I will tell you what's going on later. But yeah, anyways, Patrick decided to, he didn't decide. Patrick met someone. He met Emma, who you just saw, and they started dating during this time. And so while he was still living at home, he started dating Emma. But yeah, he was just I was sort of developing everyone's relationships together, and the girls were going off and making friends as well. And that's actually Camilla's crush, who is Max Villarreal. but yeah, she decided that she liked him. So she was really into him, and like the whole family was just going through living their life. Darrell aged up, so I gave him a couple wrinkles just to make him a little bit older. The kids were all sort of just hanging out, having fun. I cannot remember her name for the life of me, but she is going to be Amina's best friend. They've got Pierce Delgado, who's a friend to both of the girls. And then Rayla aged up, so it was just like a bunch of stuff. And here is where Patrick actually proposes to Emma, and of course she says yes. And they do actually go off and get married and start their own life together. So I focus on Patrick for a little bit after this. So you can see Emma's getting involved with the family and everything. The girls are still off making their friends. But ultimately at this point, like once Patrick finished his first term at college, I went ahead and sent him off to live with Emma, and I played as Patrick for a while because I wanted to make sure that his college actually finished. Because like if you leave college, like if you leave a household in college and you're not playing them, they just skip. So yeah, Emma lived with us for a little while, and she was like taking care of stuff before they actually moved in together. Here's where firefighters came to our house and just ignored the fire. But yeah, here is their wedding. I thought it was super cute. It did glitch out a little bit. I placed on the arch, and for whatever reason he placed it backwards, so the whole thing happened behind where I wanted it to be. But it was really cute. They were there together, and it was super cute, and lots of pretty pictures. And here is Patrick and Emma's house. It's one of the ones out in I forgot the area. It's in the same area as his parents. They're literally neighbors. But I didn't really change the house that much. I didn't build it. It was one of the ones that came with the pack, and I just edited the outside a little bit to make it a little more suited for them. So I gave them like a big garden instead of like animal plots, and Patrick started going to the fairs and stuff. And then of course Emma got pregnant, so now they have a baby, and it was just a lot going on, and I was just playing with them, enjoying their life together. And yeah, and then they finally go in and they have their baby, and their baby is a little boy named Riley. He's very cute and very adorable. But yeah, I went ahead and like updated his room, and I gave him like a little like the pack is called Tiny Twavelers. I don't remember who made it, but it's a really good pack. It's super cute, and I had him doing that. Patrick also decided he liked painting while he was at home, so he started painting. And here's little Riley as a toddler. He's absolutely adorable. I love him so much. But yeah, I just spent some time like developing their family and everything, getting them all ready. They spent lots of time hanging out together. And then, of course, like Patrick is also still working on school. I wanted to make sure that Riley got to know all his family, so I had like the family come over. Camilla was the first one to come over and meet him, so that was really cute. But yeah, I was just sort of hanging out with the whole family, getting them going, just making sure that Emma and Patrick had a good setup for their life before I switched them to unplayed. But yeah, they had visited the whole family and got to meet everybody. So little Riley got to meet all his family, got to meet his grandparents and his cousin, well, his aunts. And so it was really cute. And then Patrick finally graduated, so we got to go have the graduation, and I used some post packs to get some good pictures here because it was really cute. These are like making photo walls, so I had to get photo walls for them. But yeah, it was really cute and awesome, and Patrick got to graduate, and so now he's done, and he can live his life as a farmer, and he makes a lot of money selling the oversized crops. But after he was all set up, I switched back to the main family, so I'm back with the regular Walters family. And Amina finally aged up into a young adult, and that was pretty much where I left things. I was still just developing the family, but now that Amina is a young adult, I think she's ready to jump out on her own, because Amina is going to be the one that we continue the rags to riches with. However, as I said before, this isn't going to be a pure rags to riches. I'm actually going to be starting Amina off with a house. However, it's not going to be a very nice house. This was a very beautiful house. One of the game changers made it, and it was super cute and adorable, this little cottage. But I basically went through and destroyed it. I wanted her to have like a place to start, because it didn't really make sense to me that there'd just be like this empty lot out there. Like, I know there is one empty lot in the game already, but I don't know, it just seemed a little weird to me that this wasn't like a developed area. So I figured that it made more sense for there to be like an old abandoned house. Like, her family wouldn't let her move out to like a lot with nothing, you know, like they'd want her to have something. So I feel like they would have set her up with like enough money to go out and buy a place, but she chose to buy this horrible little rundown shack and build it up on her own. So essentially that's the idea I'm going with for this. So So I did actually get her a house, but it's going to be totally run down. It's going to be a complete mess. And my challenge, instead of having to actually build up the money for the house, is just to build up the money to get the house fixed. So what we're going to be doing is building up money to actually pay to get the trash and all the stains and all the holes in the wall. All that stuff has to get removed. And like if she wants to get nicer light fixtures, she has to pay for that, stuff like that. So she is still going to be spending money. It's not like this house, she's just going to get this house for free. I'm going to make her spend money to get rid of all these stains and all these like horrible mess that I'm putting all over the place. I'm tearing down the fences and stuff, so she's gonna have to pay to get new fencing and stuff like that. So there are going to be other challenges to this. But something I did want to try out, I kind of mentioned it earlier, but I do want to bring Camilla in at some point, because I love Camilla. I think she's so adorable. I love the way she's grown up. I just love her look so much. I do want to play with her. That's why I spent so much time sort of developing her as well, because I do want to play with both sisters. However, we're not going to start with both sisters because while Amina has become a young adult, Camilla is still a high schooler, and I feel like her parents would want her to stay at home and like do more, like focus more on school. Plus, like Camilla is not going to leave her parents all alone on that big farm, because that big farm was a lot for all of them to run together, and now her brother and sister are gone, so it's just her and her parents. So it's a lot for just the three of them. So I am going to have her stick around and sort of help them out, and she's going to stay there until she becomes a young adult, and also until she like starts to develop like sorry. She's going to stay there until she's a young adult, and also she's going to stay there until her parents get less like animals and stuff, like when the farm starts to slow down a bit and becomes more manageable for them, because obviously her parents are getting older. They're going to be elders relatively soon. So we want to go ahead and set them up so that they're not like trying to take care of this big huge farm by themselves. So she's going to sort of stick around until the animals start to pass away and stuff like that. So we want to leave her there, but I want to go ahead and get started with this. So that's why I'm starting with Amina. And we are going to start playing with Amina, and she's going to be in this house, and essentially having Camilla stay at home and help out their parents also gives Amina time to clean up this house so that her little sister isn't moving into a rundown cottage, because she wouldn't want to do that either. Like, she wouldn't want to move a teenager into a house that's a bad environment, something like that. She'd want to give her like a good place to live. So Amina is also going to be like trying to fix this place up so that it can be ready, so that Camilla can come in and live with her as well. But I'm really excited for this Let's Play because I'll actually get to focus on doing the cottage living things just one by one, rather than just throwing myself into everything like I did with the sort of overview videos we did before. So I am really excited for this. I'm going to do it a little bit differently. Like, I'm excited to change things up a little bit. So it'll be a lot of fun, and it'll be nice to just focus on one character for a little while. And since since I played with her as a kid and stuff, I've already developed relationships and everything for her and skills. So she's not just dropping into the challenge with absolutely nothing. Like, she's actually like a developed person. So she has a couple skills, she has some friends, she has her family. So there's going to be like stuff for her to do, which is going to be really fun while she's living and like trying to figure out her own life, and like trying to figure out like her romance life, and like what she wants to do like job wise, and is she going to stay in Hemford on Bagley, all that sort of stuff. While she's figuring that out, she's not just on her own with nothing. She doesn't have to go out and make new friends. She already has friends. She has a family network. So it's just like a lot of fun to go ahead and play like this. But yeah, it's just been sort of interesting doing this. I really feel bad to whoever the game changer was that built this house. Like, watching this back, I'm just like, oh, I really turned this into a mess. Like, they made this beautiful little cottage, and I'm just like, let's put a whole lot of trash in it. Yeah, that's perfect. So yeah, but I want to go ahead and just like I don't know, like I want to enjoy this challenge and like try it a little bit differently, because like I could just start as like a true rags to riches, but I just felt like this would be more interesting. Plus, like, I'm not a great builder, so I didn't want to have to build the house in this series. I'm gonna have to build the house in my Runaway Teen series, so I don't have to build this one. So I wanted to go ahead and start with one. But yeah, the goal isn't to like stay in this house forever. Eventually the goal is like we'll build up this area and then move out somewhere else. But I don't know if at that point I might eventually like actually build something. but I'm not sure. I'll have to play around with it a bit more because I'm not, as I said, I'm not that great of a builder, so it'll take me a bit to actually figure something out. But yeah. So that's pretty much the overview of what's going on with these guys. So you've pretty much seen everything that's happened with the family, and I've told you the rundown for what's going to happen in the new LP. So you basically have the overview of what to expect. It'll probably be next week. What I'm thinking of doing is every Friday we'll do a cottage living. So hopefully I can stick to that schedule. I'm not sure, but as of now, that's the plan. So it will be like a weekly series, just like Runaway Teen or Gallery Sweep. It'll be a weekly series, so we'll get to see it for a little while. And we will be playing with Amina, and eventually Camilla will come in, but we'll just start with Amina. And I'm going to switch it to long lifespan because I want to actually play with them for a little while. I want to like fully develop their lives. I don't want their lives to get away from me, you know? Like I want to actually spend time building them up. And again, long lifestyle is just the way I like to play. It's the way I play in all my like personal saves and everything. So I definitely want to bring that back and do that. So yeah, but anyways, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys have really enjoyed it. I hope you guys are excited for the new series. I am really excited for it. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to call it because I don't really just want to call it Cottage Living since it's different from the 5 episodes we did with the full family. So I'm still thinking of a name. It'll probably just be like Rags to Riches or something like that. But yeah, so you guys can expect that in the upcoming week. And I will see you guys when we get to that. And I hope you guys really enjoy it. I'm super excited for it. And thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.